Registration now available online at thepursuitofgod.org or register in the POG bookstore. Don't hesitate, register today.
Hey, greetings. I'm Ricky Floyd. This is my wife, Sheila Floyd, and we are the overseers of the Pursuit of God Transformation Center. Listen, we wanted to take time to make a special appeal to you about something that we have coming in August. Could you tell them what we got coming, baby, and the dates of it?
Well, we have the LEAP Summit. Now, this may sound like a new thing to you, but we actually had a successful LEAP Summit
Very
about
successful.
5 years ago, where we had some amazing peak performers. Just want to give you the dates we have here. It's going to be August 26th through the 29th. Here at the Pursuit of God Transformation Center at our North Campus. And so we have some really special guests in line for you.
You know, one of the things that we're so excited about our opportunity to present LEAP to this region is just a revelation that we've gotten about God and how he does things. You know, many times the church is focused on saving souls, and we should be saving souls. But, you know, the question we're doing inner city ministry and doing ministry as a whole, the question comes that after you've given the people Jesus and they come to the church, after Jesus, we've persuaded gang members to stop selling drugs. We've persuaded women to stop selling their bodies. But then we've discovered that after they get out of Jesus, then they need some jobs.
That's right.
We've discovered that after they get some Holy Spirit, then they need some housing. After they get the Father, they need some financial assistance. And many times, because we've been solely focused on saving the souls, the church has not been well balanced and handling the Father's business. See, we've been persuaded that the only Father's business is to lead people to Jesus Christ. And that's why some of us have done a masterful job at leading the people to Jesus, but we have not been able to persuade them to stay with Jesus. Could you touch on that a little bit?
Well, you know, the Bible tells us to occupy until he comes. And so that occupy doesn't mean just sit around and wait for the heavens to open up and for Jesus to come and take us all home. No, he wants us to make an impact right here on earth. And Apostle, we have so many competitors against the church in that, you know, people are competing with their jobs. I mean, the church is lacking a lot of those gifts and talents because a lot of times the church doesn't supply the financial needs necessary for someone to really focus all of their efforts on the church.
And a lot of the things that we're blaming on the devil is just really a church that is not incomplete. You know, in school, if you got an I stood for incomplete. And I meant that we're going to give you time to bring this grade up or to complete the grade. And watch this, if you do not complete the grade in a certain period of time, that I turns into an F.
Right.
And I believe that that's the reason that 80% of churches are on the decline, because the I's are being turned into F. So what we want to do is we want to change the image of church. Church is known as a place that people just come and shout and the preachers come and get your money. But one thing at the Pursuit of God Church, we have a high percentage of entrepreneurs. We have a high percentage of people who started in the church with nothing, but their leadership has been developed and perfected in the church, and they've been able to use the same wisdom that they've used in the church, communication skills that we teach at like School of Marriage or School of Accelerated Prosperity. Principle, they've taken those same principles and taken to the secular world and began to excel in the secular world because of the wisdom that they've gotten from church. So what we want to do is we have assembled what I call some of this nation's most brilliant minds to come together to teach us all how to be better leaders, entrepreneurs, and yes, even pastors. When I say a leader, you could be the mother of one baby. You're a leader. Matter of fact, you're a leader of yourself. And that's the problem. Part of the problem, many of us have been a bad leaders of ourselves. We've not been good leadership. And listen, one of the things that cause you to be good leadership is good fellowship. So again, we brought some of the brilliant minds. I just want to give you a rundown of who we're going to have at this meeting and what they can do for you. I want to say this again. Leave your shouting shoes at home. Leave your shouting shoes at home. Bring a pen, a pad, a notebook, your cell phone, your recorder, something that you can take information on. You've shouted long enough. Come on now. You've mastered shouting. This is not a shout meeting. This is a shift meeting. This meeting will shift your mindset. Matter of fact, my wife and I, we like John the Baptist. We're saying, repent, for the kingdom of God is hand. We're saying, change your mind about how church has been done, or how church has not been done in some cases, because God, listen, wants to do a new thing. He's just looking for some people to do it with.
Now, the LEAP Summit kicks off on Wednesday, August 26th, here at our Frazier campus, 3171 Signal, with an amazing gentleman, Mr. Charles Sims.
Yes.
He's right here in Memphis, Tennessee, of Sims Financial,
Yes.
a really premier financial leader in this community. And he's going to come and he's going to talk about some of those things that sometimes we don't want to talk about in the church. He's going to talk about retirement, college funds, and savings, and just the importance of taking care of your family. You know, the Bible talks about us saving, having an inheritance for our children's children. But a lot of times we don't know how to do that. All we learn in churches, tithes and offerings. We don't even understand that we should tithe to ourselves. And so he's going to come and he's going to share some principles about that. Then we're going to continue on with Apostle Ricky Floyd.
Amen.
He's going to teach us about vision. He's going to teach us about the things that really helped him to just take the ministry and things that God has given him and just run with it. People are asking, how did you do all these things without seminary? How did you do all these things without, heavy denominational covering?
Mm-hmm.
Well, God has given us, he's equipped us with vision. The Bible tells us, write the vision, make it plain so that he who reads it can run with it. And he's going to share with you how he's been able to run with vision.
Yeah, a lot of times people come to the Pursuit of God Church and they say, well, how do you get so many people to work in your ministry? You got people security, and you got people that are picking up paper, and people that are doing greeters and ushers, because it's part of our culture. Part of our culture. I'm a worker. I'm a server. I'm a servant of the Most High God. So I want to show you how you can have the most magnificent vision in the world, but if you don't have a culture to sustain the vision, a dysfunctional culture will kill a healthy vision. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be talking about. And then Thursday morning at noon, we're going to have Samuel Chan, all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. Samuel Chan is one of the premier just consultants and leaders and development coaches in the world. He's a consultant to people like Jake's. Matter of fact, he was just at Jake's conference, pastor's conference, and did just a tremendous job. So he'll be there, and then he's going to have a lunch. So we will actually be able to sit down and have lunch, pick his brain. I've asked Charles Sims to come back with us that day, and so that we may have some questions that he may have opened our mind to that night. And then Bishop Warren is going to be at that lunch. That's a special luncheon that we'll have available for that. Then that night, we're going to start out that Thursday night, and we're going to have Rhonda Pettigrew, Pastor Rhonda Pettigrew from Jackson, Tennessee, who came out of the Pursuit of God Church. She is doing an amazing job. And Jackson, she's working on her second, maybe even third book, and it's called The Emerging Leaders. She's going to come and talk to leaders and just give some great, I don't want to give it away, but if you're trying to become an emerging leader, you're trying to develop somebody into a leader, you need to come. Rhonda's going to share with that. And then Dr. Samuel Chan has a new book out. One of the challenges that when you go to the NFL or any NBA team, one of the things that they ask your former coaches is, can you play wounded? In other words, if you're hurt, if you're not at 100%, are you willing to come out and labor and work and use the 80% that you have for the team's victory? He's got a new book out that's talking about how you can still be an effective leader while maybe having some wounds or some hurts. And then the next morning, we have just an amazing lineup that's starting that morning. That Friday morning, and it's going to start off with Memphis's own, who has been known as one of the fastest growing churches in America. I think one time he was in the top 25 fastest growing churches in America. He just did a major deal with the city called, I think it's called Eden, the Eden Project, where he's developing 40 or 50 acres of land in the Hickory Hill area, and has a school. His school, Power Center, was rated one of the top schools in the United States of America. So he's developing housing and those type of things. He's going to open us up that morning at 10 a.m.
Dr. Stacy Spencer.
Dr. Stacy Spencer of New Direction Church. Hey, did I not call his name?
You didn't call his name.
Oh my God! Well, everybody know. When I saw all of those works, everybody know who it is. Dr. Stacy Spencer. He's been so kind to my wife and I, sharing with us wisdom and information on, and we've experienced some personal growth in our ministry because of listening to him. Listen, many of these people are people who have had an impact on our ministry. Right. And we're simply sharing with you what has worked for us in a great way. So after Dr. Spencer comes, we're going to break off into class session. We'll have Sam Garrett. He doesn't like me to call him this, so don't tell him I said this. But I call him the grant guru. He's he really teaches you how to get funds, and we're calling his class on how to finance your vision. See, many of us have a vision, and the only thing that's stopping our vision from manifestation is finances. This man, he's actually, now this is what he told me, he's actually going to stand someone up in class, just a random person up in class, and walk them through how to get finances for their vision, and then let you ask questions on how to get finances for your. Next, we'll have Memphis's own Myron Mays. Myron Mays is a local DJ. He has a book club. He's works with the Small Business Association, the Minority Business Association, and just a mighty man of God, newlywed. He's going to be coming to tell us how to work social media. Baby, could you just tell the importance of how social media has an impact on ministry?
Oh my goodness. Social media has both a positive and a negative impact.
Amen. I'm glad you said that, because he needs to show us what and what not to do.
Yes, good. I'm telling you, in this day and time when people are so attached to social media and they're so consumed with themselves. They want you to know every single thought. And some of them thoughts, they're not holy.
No, you don't.
They're not holy. And so we don't understand that, when we're doing it, and it's all about us, it can bring a negative connotation to not only to our church, but listen, some people are losing jobs.
Right.
Some people are, not able to get certain jobs because of their social media page. It really gets me when people say, why are you on my page? Well, you didn't say that to your boss.
Right.
So we have to be wise as a serpent, but gentle as doves. And if we're using it for the tool that it can be, man, we can get the gospel spread throughout the whole world because of social media. So it's really, really important for us to understand the do's and the don'ts.
Social media, as you were saying, that social media could be a dove or it could be a serpent. We had an opportunity where we needed a van for our young boys ministry that we had. Social media in 4 days gave us $9,500 through Facebook to help us finance a 15-passenger van for our boys. Now, Charlie Caswell will be here. He's the 3V leader.
That's right.
And he's called How to Be Visible, Valuable, and Vocal in Your Community. You want to talk about that a little bit, baby?
Well, if you know Charlie Caswell, you already know all of this.
He is visible, valuable, and vocal.
But, it's extremely important, because if you're going to be visible, then you need to be doing something that's positive for your community. You need to be doing something that's really going to aid us. And so he's going to come and he's got some tools, he's got some books, he's got some things that he's going to share with us on how you can really be an effective advocate for your community.
Yeah, I remember we went in a strip mall and we had a lady who used to go to David Yanja Cho's church, and we had asked her to pray for us because we were believing for a new building. And she said, me no pray you go, me pray you stay. She wanted us to stay because the impact that we had on the strip mall that we were in, her business, her safety, she didn't want us to leave. Listen, if your church or if your business leaves the community, will it have an impact?
Wow.
Will it have an impact on your business? All right. Next, we'll have Marilyn Parker. Marilyn Parker is coming from St. Louis, Missouri. She has a passion to show churches how to start an employment ministry in your church. She's got some places in St. Louis where people come to churches more than they do the actual employment agency because the churches have been successful at starting a ministry of helping people find employment. And then that night we'll have Apostle Tony Wilson Tony's from Arkansas, right across the bridge, but he teaches entrepreneurship at the college over there, and he is an entrepreneur, mighty man of God. He's going to open up, and then we'll have our spiritual father, Bishop Warren. Listen, Bishop Warren is a certified trainer for John Maxwell. He is an international speaker, travels literally all around the world.
And of course, on Saturday morning, we're going to have an amazing lineup. We have Bishop E.L. Warren, my spiritual father. He's going to come out and he's going to share with you some things. I mean, he's an amazing author and speaker. You're going to love him. And then we're going to have our empowerment workshops. And as part of our empowerment workshops, we have Dr. Tanya Lyons, and she's going to be teaching us about how to overcome crisis. Then we have Pastor Daryl Hilliard, who's going to bring to us the tribe, the tabernacle, and the tent. And then, of course, Antonio Neal and Brennan Hill. And they're going to really talk to us about how to market your vision. And so that's going to be powerful. And then at 12 noon, we're going to have a luncheon with Don Hudson. Now, Pastor, you talk about Don.
The legendary Don Hudson. Don Hudson is just an award-winning, life-transforming speaker. He's been doing speaker, I think, since, as a matter of fact, I think it's around when I was born, 1967. He's been a full-time certified trainer and motivational speaker since 1967, I believe. Wow. He's been part of the books 1 Minute Entrepreneur, 1 Minute Management. And listen, here's the beauty of John. For those of you who think that this is just, Don, for those of you who think this is just a church meeting, Don is a consultant to half of the Fortune 500 businesses in the United States. 250 of the 500 Fortunate have trusted Don Hudson. She said, say it again. I don't know if that's because I said it wrong. I said it so good she want me to say it again. Don Hudson is a consultant to half of the Fortune 500 businesses in America. In other words, 250 of the most successful businesses in America trust him to train, to teach, and to motivate their leaders and their employees. And when you hear him, you will see why. And I thank God for his presence that's going to be here. He'll give us that luncheon. And then after that, we'll have some more empowerment classes. We'll have Sylvia Monique Reed. You want to talk about Sylvia Monique Reed?
Well, she's going to come. She's going to talk to us about multiplying your income through multi-level marketing. She is really taking that thing to another level. I mean, she is in magazines that are going across the world, and she's actually pursued of God's very own. So she really can tell you how to handle multi-level marketing.
Because the Bible says you should have 7 streams of income, yea, even 8. She has taken the Bible literally for his word. She's got so many streams. And she's not only into multi-level marketing, she is successful. We have seen her tithes. We have benefited off of her prosperity through vacations financed by her. So we've seen the benefits of what she's doing. So even if you're in multi-level marketing, she's going to show you how to develop a team to be very successful in that. But that's not the only thing. She's a lawyer for a Fortune 500 company. She's had real estate companies, credit repair companies, and her son just won, the track
Junior Olympics, 100-meter dash.
100-meter dash. So she's a
Gold
great
medal.
mother too. All right. And then, oh my God, you better brace yourself for this. I'm not just saying this. You need to be at this class that my wife is teaching, and that is cultivating co-laborers. See, sometimes you get people who will work well, but they don't know how to work well with others. And then sometimes you put people in leadership position who know how to work well with others, but they don't know how to get others to work well for them. My wife is going to be teaching a class. Did you want to talk on that, Annie? Or you just want to let me?
We'll just stay tuned and come out.
You need to be there, because part of the problem is, Pastor, you know how to work, but you have not been able to motivate and activate other people to work well with you, and other people to work well for the people that you have put in position to work for. She's going to give you keys and secrets and mysteries to that. And then also our bishop, he's the overseer of INOM, Bishop Gerald Patterson, who was very successful in corporate America, went full-time in ministry. He's going to be talking to us about the sacrifice of the successor. See, who's next in line for the blessing? Who's next? And the sacrifice that you're making and the success that comes from being next in line. And then last but certainly not least, we're going to have State Representative Antonio Touche Parkinson. He's going to be here to tell us about politics, policies, and success, how to be successful in all of that. And so listen, again, we need you to go to our website, thepursuitofgod.org, or you can call the church 901-353-5772 to register. Memphis, the reason that we did this show is because Memphis is slow. Iowa is registered, Texas is registered, Missouri is registered, Illinois is registered, Arkansas has registered, Georgia has registered. Did I say Mississippi? Mississippi has registered. Memphis, don't you let this great move come to your city and you not get it. If you just gotta spend some money, buy you a plane ticket, fly to Little Rock and fly back and stay in a hotel if that'll make you feel better about it. This type of meeting, most time you will have to get a hotel room, plane ticket, and a babysitter. But just come to the Pursuit of God Transformation Center and allow leaders, entrepreneurs, and Pastor Summit to transform your life.
Calling all leaders, entrepreneurs, and pastors, it's time to leap. The desired support that is essential to your accelerated success, excellence, and legacy has arrived. Make plans to attend the LEAP Summit, August 26th through the 30th, with some of the most brilliant minds, proven overcomers, and international leaders. Wednesday, Apostle Ricky Floyd. Thursday, Dr. Samuel Chan. Friday, Bishop E.L. Warren. And don't miss Saturday morning empowerment sessions dealing with community relations, how to raise capital for your vision, how to effectively market your vision, how to become, attract, train, and sustain cutting-edge leaders. Closing out Saturday is New York Times bestselling author Don Hudson at the Pursuit of God Transformation Center, 3171 Signal Street, Memphis, Tennessee. For more information, please call 901-353-5772 or visit thepursuitofgod.org. It's time to leap, August 26th through the 30th at the Pursuit of God Transformation Center, Memphis, Tennessee. Don't miss it.